Good Monday morning, whistleblowers. It's a spiritual whistleblower here, giving you that good quality content on these bastard ass narcissists that are making people's lives hell. Before I get into the topic of the video, real quickly, I will be dressing up as a witch going live. I do not celebrate Halloween for all these Bible thumping ass trolls that keep harassing me about pagan holidays. I don't celebrate pagan holidays, motherfuckers. But if I want to dress up like a motherfucking witch to drive my point across about the female narcissist, I can do what the fuck I want on my platform. So again, for Saturday, I will be going live in full costume as the Wicked Witch of the West. And we will be discussing the trifling female narcissist. If you don't like it, don't log the fuck on. Please, keep it pushing. What else? I'm still running the contest for the painting, the portrait that I painted in Denver. I'm giving it away, and I will announce the winner Saturday. You have to write me an essay, 250 words or less, on what is the importance of self-love. You guys keep the entries coming. I've read some really great stuff. You guys are sending me a lot of good stuff here, and I'm going to have a hard time choosing one winner, but I will announce the winner Saturday. What else? Jamaica! I was supposed to announce Jamaica yesterday. I did my live yesterday on the Fake Christian, and I totally forgot to mention the trip to Jamaica. For those that keep asking, my trip is booked, honey. My trip been booked. I booked my trip to Jamaica a few weeks ago. So for Saturday, December 19th, I will be holding a book signing and a narc abuse seminar support group meetup in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. I will be flying into Ocho Rios on Thursday, December 17th. I'll be there a little early because I like to party and get it in. So yes, Spiritual Whistleblower is booked and confirmed to be in Jamaica. If you don't want to be around your toxic relatives, come out. It's a weekend. It's a weekend getaway. Why not? Come be around some people that can relate to you, other empaths, and you can share your stories and have a good time for the holidays. Get the fuck away from your toxic relatives. All right. I am working with a travel agency. My homegirl Patrine, she runs an agency called Jamaican Roots Travel. So I have a special code to give to you, and then you can hit her up, and she has all these discounts for hotel and excursions. All right. So I'll see y'all in Jamaica in December. Let's do this, y'all. All right, again, I'm available for coaching, 15, 30-minute, and 1-hour sessions, phone consults. Get at me. Book yours today. Very affordable. So here we go with the topic of this video. I was just thinking about this, reflecting last night. I'm always thinking about, narc abuse is what it is, but I'm always looking at it from a spiritual aspect, and how these evildoers were sent into our lives for many purposes. But I mean, even though they come to wreak havoc and they cause so much destruction and pain, if you really look at the silver lining, all of the abuse will have you coming out the fire sharper than ever. When you survive this type of attack and you get through your healing, you're going to be on another level. You're going to be like a superhero. You're going to be able to spot narcs. You're going to be triggered when you're around them. You're just going to be, your level of spiritual discernment even will be heightened to the highest level. Sometimes we got to get burnt and we got to feel that pain so that we don't keep going back to the pain. So this video, I want to talk about Satan. Satan hires the narcissist. There's a contract, okay, a spiritual demonic contract to put a hit out on your life. Yeah, you heard me right. And I'm going to put the trigger warning on here. If you can't handle this video, please log off, because I keeps it real. And these conversations and discussions need to be had. We need to be talking about this, and it needs to be a worldwide discussion. Because what they do to people is sinister, and they need to start getting exposed for this shit. Lawmakers need to fucking recognize, because that's where I'm taking it next, to the lawmakers. When you really reflect and look back at your relationship, you overlooked a lot of things. You tolerated a lot of things. I'm going to tell you something, whether you want to believe it or not, that individual that demonic entity that you were in a relationship with secretly wanted to kill you, secretly wanted to murder you, poison you. Because once he or she gets in the relationship and they find out that they have to struggle with breaking you down because you are strong, you may be a caring, compassionate empath, but you ain't no sucker either. You're strong. You have morals. You have high standards. You have principles about you. You're not just going to let anyone walk all over you. You know, you got duped. But that doesn't mean that you're stupid and you're not intelligent. When a narc gets in a relationship with you, you're going to hold the narc to certain standards. Well, you said this before. Why are you switching up? Well, I have evidence that you said this. We stick it to them. We don't let them just switch things up on us. We remind them, motherfucker, you said this in the beginning. Now you're switching up. And see, when a narcissist realizes that you're going to give him or her a struggle and that they're having a hard time breaking you down, they, this is where they come undone. This is where the new supply comes in. I explained this yesterday. This person's going to want you dead when they can't control you or break you down to the lowest point. And you got to remember, Satan sent this person on, let me stop saying person. They're not people. I will not recognize the narcissist as a person, a demonic entity. Satan, the devil, yes, he sent this demonic entity into your life to wipe you out. The narcissist is a hitman for Satan. Yeah, you heard what I said. The narcissist is a hitman for Satan, which means Satan directed and appointed the narcissist on assignment to fucking murder you. And you know I'm telling the truth. This demonic entity that you got entangled with did everything to break your spirit. They did everything to steal from you. Everything to physically, mentally, and spiritually destroy you. When they saw that they could not control you and you were putting up a fight, when they tried to triangulate you and make you jealous and it didn't work, yeah, the assignment was to murder you. You were sleeping with a fucking murderer. And let me tell you how real this shit is. Ladies, how many of you were physically and sexually assaulted behind closed doors and you were too afraid to speak up? I'm going to tell you about mine. Yeah, I speak on this story a lot. I use my story to teach others. I will never mention the scumbag's name. I will never give him the credit. I will never mention his name in South Carolina. He's trash, along with his trifling mammy and the rest of his family that enabled his abuse. I know the game now. They could never suck me back in because I know the game. He was using and abusing and running through women before he went into prison, and he came out 20 years later still doing the same fuck shit. He's trash. Tried to get me knocked up. I would never have his ugly ass baby. I would never marry that fucking piece of trash. I don't want his last name. I don't want to be a part of his bloodline. Trash. But, when I was living with him and his mother was covering up for him the abuse that was going down underneath her roof with her trash ass, because, see, her husband whooped her ass over and over again with her weak, spineless ass. That's why her son turned out to be a fucking woman beater, a lowlife, ex-convict piece of trash. Dirtbag. He strangled me. He body slammed me on his mother's wooden floor in the living room when I threatened to leave him. Because I wasn't used to no man yelling at me. I'm not used to that. See, I don't give a fuck what he saw his daddy do to his mammy. I guess he never met a woman that put up a fight. Because all his bitches from his past put up with his shit. All his bitches from his past took them ass whoopers. I was not going to do that. I grabbed my stuff because we had an argument, and I'm like, yo, I'm out. I'm about to get in my vehicle, pack my shit, and go back to New York. He blocked the door, prevented me from leaving, cornered me. I remember my hands were full. I had my belongings in my hands, and I was wearing my glasses. He took his finger and he broke my glasses. He like flipped my glasses off my face and it cut me. So, you know, I'm very nearsighted. So I'm standing there, my vision's all blurred, and I still have my belongings in my hand. And he said, get away from the door, because he was getting mad. He blocked the door. He took my car keys and my purse, would not let me leave. And I stood there. I said, I want to leave. I'm not staying here. He snapped. He blacked out. He body slammed me on his mother's living room floor, and he strangled me. And when he strangled, and this guy, I'm going to tell you, he's about 6 feet tall, 250 pounds, 260, all muscle. All muscle. And he's been getting in fights all his life. All he do is fight because he's angry because his father beat the fucking piss out of him. So he has all these anger issues. And then he spent 20 years in prison fighting inmates. So he unleashed all that anger that he built up in prison, took it out on me. Body slammed me on his mother's living room floor, put both his hands around my throat, and began strangling me and banging my head against the floor. I remember, you know, crying. He was very sweaty. He didn't have a shirt on. And I kept trying to push him off of me, but my hands were slipping off him. It was slippery because his chest was real sweaty. He sweats a lot. And I was crying. And I remember, like, I felt like I was going to black out. Then he let up off of me, and I turned over and I curled up in a fetal position on my left side, and he began kicking me in the back of the head, kicking me in the back of my shoulders, kicking me hard. And he was like, get the fuck up, get the fuck up. And I realized he had cut the inside of my mouth. I was bleeding out of my mouth. He had cut my gums up, and I was spitting up blood. And I had gotten up. He said, go in the bathroom, clean yourself up. I was rinsing my mouth up and crying. He said, shut up the crying, shut up the crying. See, his mother was on the way home. No one was in the house with us. His mother was on the way home. Then he said, you know what, get in the fucking shower, take a shower. And don't cry, I better not hear a word, or I'm gonna beat you again. I took a shower. At this point, he had taken my phone, he had taken my car keys, he took everything from me. And threatening me, you know, if I didn't cooperate, you know what I'm saying? I took a shower. He pulls me into the bedroom, closes the door. We hear his mother walk in. He said, you better not say a word. Then he gets on top of me and he forces himself on me. Wait, but before he fucks me, he says a prayer to God. Father God, forgive me. He asks God for forgiveness. Then he gets on top of me and he fucking rapes me. I didn't want to fuck that nigga after he just whooped my ass. I didn't want him around me. So you know, this is how sick these motherfuckers are. He raped me. He raped me. And you know, when I broke up with him, the story started coming forward. I had no idea he had beat the fuck out of one of his baby mothers while we were in high school. I knew nothing. I started finding out that he was raping other girls in high school. Yeah, he's a fucking sick, twisted fuck. Kidnapped his ex-girlfriend at gunpoint, made her get in the car, kidnapped her, and stole her car to deliver drugs. This motherfucker had a whole history of domestic violence and hid it from me.